Hello, everybody. Sobriety, day 5. A bit of a slight different change of tone for this one because, if I'm being honest, guys, for those watching out there, today has absolutely been the hardest day so far, and I'm going to share to you guys exactly why. And about three hours ago, I was in the middle of doing a video and whatnot, and to be honest, I could have just burst into tears. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I felt as miserable as sin, and just to give you an idea about how bad, you could probably even see my eyes are starting to get quite glossy and stuff like that. And to be honest, I kind of felt like I needed something to take the edge off, and I desperately wanted to drink, just to stop feeling so miserable. And as I mentioned earlier this week, my attempts to brazen it out seem a little bit for naught because I'm very bad at trying to brazen things. I'm trying to get better at it, but it's a slow process, if I'm being honest. However, despite this, I'm getting myself through this, and that's probably also one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos the way I am, one step at a time. And I think some people they're absolutely right on the money where they said, you know what, it's not about being addicted, it's about learning to cope with life without having to fall back on something that is only very short term going to make the world seem a little bit more cheerful. This isn't about overcoming addiction. This is about learning to cope, learning to come to terms with things. That's what I think a lot of this is coming to. And you know what? Even now on International Men's Day, you know what? It's a problem, guys. It's a real problem. Not necessarily conducive to just men. However, how often do men speak about the idea that sometimes they feel they just can't cope? However, I'm nearly 28 years old. When do you think I'm gonna have to learn to start coping and dealing with things? There you are. Okay. And relaxed. And I will see all of you guys again next time. But yes, in spite of hard trying, I am still coming in dry. Especially because I got to do a practical tomorrow as well.